Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone?
I know I'm good. I hope everyone is doing good.
I'm good.
Hope everyone has had a productive week, a nice, wonderful week.
I've had a great week.
I did too. I mean, like you said, it's just January. Beautiful weather in Chicago.
Relatively beautiful. Relatively beautiful. In my preference, I could have had 80. However,
you live in Chicago.
I know. It's in Chicago.
If it's 80 degrees in January.
Well, it was 50.
Get yourself together because Jesus is coming.
Well, and he is. But and he is. But it could have been worse. It could have been, snowy. It could have been, treacherous driving conditions and things like that. Any of that is possible in Chicago.
Yes. Yes.
So it's a great week.
You are absolutely right. For those of you who are just now first time tuning in to Let's Talk Woman to Woman on IntellectualRadio.com, we are a mother and daughter brand that goes by Elegant Behavior. Mm-hmm. Our slogan is to inspire women through faith, fashion, and flair, and that is exactly what we do.
We definitely do that.
And we like to link up and network and meet people who do the same exact thing. Yes. Just last week we had Nisha. Yes. Who is the CEO of Executive Behavior on our show. It was a complete joy to have her. She's a beautiful person inside and out.
Yes.
And so
and we met her on social media.
Yes, we met her on social media. So that is pretty much what we do. We like to network with people and just pretty much seriously make a difference and just inspire others.
Yes.
And so, so far we've definitely been doing that. We also have a skincare line called Zuri Body Essentials.
Yes. Zuri Body Essentials, which consists of shea butters and soy candles and bath salts and sugar scrubs and bath and shower lotions and
all organic.
And so we're very, very proud of our line. This is something that you and we've worked very hard on, and we're so excited about what's coming, the things that we're going to be doing with regards to our line. So check us out.
Absolutely. So you can definitely go to our website, www.elegantbehavior.com. There you can purchase all of our products that we have. They're available for you. You can also download our free app, Elegant Behavior. If you go to the Google Play Store or the App Store, it is totally free. Click the download. There you can purchase our products as well. So just moving right on in, Mom, have you heard this thing that's been going on with the girls, or women, I should say, are asking men, what is this pink thing?
I've seen that. That is hilarious.
Yeah, so, and it's better known as, to people who wear makeup, as the beauty blender. It comes in different colors and shapes and sizes, but a popular one, it comes in pink.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been all over social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and women have been sending their guy friend or significant other, whatever, they've been sending men this picture and they're asking, what is this pink thing? So the responses are absolutely hilarious. The men, is funny because they had absolutely no clue as to what this beauty blender is. And so here are some of the responses that the guys had. One of them were the pink soft egg.
Okay.
I mean, it does, in his defense, it does look like a pink soft egg. So, okay. I mean, I don't know, I guess, but yeah, okay. Good try. Boob stuffing. Boob stuffing was one of the responses.
I don't get that.
I don't know what that is. A boob stuffer?
Why would you need to stuff your boobs?
I guess to make them look bigger, but not with that.
No.
That makes absolutely no sense.
That just wouldn't
I'm
work.
Sorry.
No.
Try again.
No.
One of those bath bomb things. I can kind of see where you would go with that.
Yeah.
But no, sorry.
That sounds like a man saying that. One of those bath bomb things.
Exactly. Okay, they see women just throw them in the tub.
Right.
A clown nose.
Okay.
Now, most clown noses, from what I thought, were red, not pink, but I mean, it does look like a clown nose, I guess, so to speak, but it's not pointy like that. So good try, I guess. A tampon.
A tampon.
A tampon was one of the responses as to what the man thought the beauty blender was. A tampon. Yes. A butt plug is another response.
Okay, you just a freak. A butt plug.
Well, I guess he didn't know what it was.
No.
I've never seen what a butt plug looks like, so maybe he has, and he thought that it resembles what a butt plug looks like. No. That's very interesting.
No.
And then another one a response that I personally got was a microphone cover.
A microphone cover?
Yes, I thought that was pretty interesting.
Okay. A microphone cover.
I mean, back in the day,
I could kind of see that.
Yeah, back in the day at church, they used to have multiple colors of microphone covers.
Yeah.
So I can possibly see that. Good try. But yeah, so men out there, this is a beauty blender. Women use it to blend in the contouring, the concealer, the foundation. That's what we use it for. It's a multi-purpose blender.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so just getting it out there. People who did not know. And they actually surprisingly, they range from as low as $2 to as high as $25.
Oh, really? I've never seen them for $25. Okay.
Yes. So Sephora has one for $20.
Of course.
I mean, the same thing, it blends the exact same as if you were to get it from the beauty supply store, but whatever. So.
Okay. So listen, we decided to start doing a review on some of the products that you and I use on a daily basis. And so the product that I want to review today would be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Pomade.
I like that.
I do too. Actually, you're the one that told me about it. I have to give you credit where credit is due. I'm not afraid to do that. And you can find it at Sephora for $18. What I like about it is that it's matte. And it comes, it's a matte pomade. And so when you put it on with your angled brow brush and you just put it on with very small strokes, it stays on all day. You have to literally, like when you wash your face at night, you have to really kind of scrub to get this off.
I'm going to try that. I mean, I've heard of it, and it is to be
Smudge
one of the
proof. I love it.
It is one of to be the best brow pomade dips out there, but I use one by Milan. It's not as expensive. It's like the whole kit plus the brush is like $5 at a beauty. No, I take that back. It's $10 at the beauty supply store. So I am very high-low when it comes to the different brands that I use. But I would say this Milan that I use, I like it, but it does not stay put. If you wipe your eye, it'll wipe off.
No. This here is, and I have been using it for probably a couple of months now.
Yeah, I remember when you first got it at Sephora.
Yes, and I absolutely love it. It is smudge proof. You put it on, you apply it with your brow brush, your angled brow brush, very small strokes across your brow. You can define, you can go thin, or you can even go a little bit more bold and dramatic with your brow if you so choose to, if that's the look that you're going for. But I really like this. I have tried numerous pencils, and I've tried a powder substance, from the supply store, and it wasn't as expensive. Because to me, $18 is not a lot of money if I really like the product.
Right.
That's just me. And so
and then you're really into makeup.
And I'm really into makeup. So
that's also different.
That's true. But for someone who just trying to get, a very nice brow for the day or whatever, and may not want to spend $18, and I see that too.
And if that's the case, then I would try the Milan brand that I was referring to. Again, it does not stay put in, smudge proof like my mom's and, Anastasia dip brow pomade. But, if you're still trying to get in the same effect, it does.
But I've tried numerous pencils and other products,
me too.
And nothing has stood up to this product here. And so I will definitely be posting a picture of it and
on our social media
and our website, and try it out. It's wonderful. $18. I like it. I like it a lot.
Can't beat it. I mean, at the end of the day, you get what you pay for.
Well, that's true.
So,
true.
You do get what you pay for. Well, I wanted to do a review on the Mineralized Skin Finish Global Glow. It is by MAC. It is $33. So it is on the high end. There again, ladies, like I said, I do high low with brands like some people do with clothing. It is so cute. And they have several different shades. The one that I use is the Global Glow. And you can use it as highlighting for your face, of course. And you can also use it as like a it's like a bronzer for your skin. So I know a lot of times women go out, they kind of like that nice little, subtle shimmer kind of across their chest and arms and back. It does serve for that purpose as well. Before I was using this, I was using the thing from Urban Decay.
Okay.
It's called Lit.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was about like $22. Mm-hmm. I like that one, but this one is just really cute. When actually me and you, Mom, when we were in the MAC store, the girl who was helping us, I looked at her highlight. I'm like, wow, your highlight is so pretty. And it just goes to show you that just every shade is not for your skin tone. She was a white girl, but the highlighter shade that she had was so pretty, but it really fit her skin tone, or really fair skin tones, I should say. The Global Glow is really cute on brown skins or more browner, darker skin women. So I mean, like I said, you can use it for different purposes. But I absolutely love this, and ever since I got it, I've been using it almost every day, and it definitely lasts. You only need just a little bit, and it certainly goes a long way.
Okay.
It's not overbearing. You don't look like, you just got a bunch of glitter on your face. It's very nice and subtle.
All right.
Very nice.
Hey, I wanted to tell you about this young lady. There's a waitress in Washington, D.C., excuse me, and she had a very interesting encounter. I'll put it like that. She received a very generous tip and a warm message on her receipt from 3 Trump supporters that were in town for the inauguration. Her name is Rosalind Harris. She's a waitress at Busboys and Poets, and she had just taken part in the Women's March on Washington 2 days before when she met 3 men who said they were in town for their inauguration. The men from Texas struck up a conversation with Harris, one of the men even complimenting her on her smile. After the men left, she found a generous tip and a kind message on the receipt. The men left her a $450 tip.
Very nice tip.
On a $72 bill. And this is what the note said. We may come from different cultures and may disagree on certain issues. But if everyone would share their smile and kindness like your beautiful smile, our country will come together as one people, not race, not gender, just American. God bless. I thought that was absolutely wonderful.
That was very nice.
Very, very nice. So that just goes to show you cannot make a blanket statement and say that everyone who supported Trump is a bad person or is racist,
or they agree with everything he says,
exactly
this, that, and the other. Yeah.
And so because we do have a tendency to talk about Trump and our opinion of him, which isn't very good, I must admit, I wanted to share that because I thought that was certainly noteworthy.
And it just goes to show you that there is good in everyone. It's just the matter of fact of actually displaying that goodness so everyone can see it.
That's very true.
But I mean, I hope that place is not one of those places where she has to share the tip. That's a nice tip.
That's a very nice tip.
And that's just from one person.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Very, very good.
I mean,
so that's, and then the note on top of the tip.
Exactly.
And so can you imagine the conversation between the 3 of them, and so they had to have been like-minded in that regard. And so I thought that was certainly noteworthy. And, we say this all the time. You cannot make a blanket statement and say that one race is all this or another race is all that. That's not true. There's good and bad in everyone, so I just really wanted to share that. And I thought that was certainly noteworthy.
That is so true. Well, just kind of switching gears a little bit, speaking of Trump, the U.S. Border Patrol chief has left the agency.
I heard.
With the push for a wall dividing the U.S. and Mexico border becoming more of a reality, unfortunately, Mark Morgan will no longer hold his post. It's unclear whether if he was asked to resign or if he actually just chose to. In my opinion, it kind of sounds like he chose to because he's absolutely not for it. But it's kind of sad because Mark, he just started a few months ago under the Obama administration. And for him to leave, I mean, it kind of says a lot about what's going on and just this whole building this wall. I kind of think, honestly, everyone, when Trump first started saying it, that he was just kind of just talking. And no one knew or thought that he would seriously consider building this wall, which is just crazy to me, which also leads me into, what Trump is trying to do to help pay for the wall.
Well, the problem I had with that, I always suspected that he was going to have us as taxpayers be the one who fit the bill if it were to be a wall to be built. And the problem I had is that when he started saying this, those that are in for him building a wall or whatever, jumped on the bandwagon and said, yeah, and Mexico's going to pay for it. Really?
Do you really think so? Stop.
First of all, the man already told you.
Exactly.
I like him.
Yeah, but let me just say this. So multiple outlets report that Press Secretary Sean Spicer introduced Trump's proposal for 20% import tax on Mexican goods, possibly creating billions in tax revenue to fund the wall between the U.S. and Mexico. And he's saying that this could be a way of how Mexico is going to pay for the border. And first of all, people on Twitter are just a mess. Because they, are saying, well, I hope tacos don't grow. I hope the guacamole don't go up at the store. It's just can we be serious for 1 minute? I mean, I understand. I appreciate you making light of the situation, but can we just be serious for 1 minute? Oh Lord,
that is so funny.
The guacamole going up at the stop. Really, just stop.
So funny.
Just stop. People are a mess. So, speaking of, with that being said, like you just said, Mom, Mexico's president, he actually canceled a meeting with Trump.
Yes, he did.
Next Tuesday, the president, Enrique, he's planned to meet with the, unfortunately, United States president. And so he pretty much canceled the meeting after renewed tensions over this wall, has come back up. And so, he's saying, we're not paying for it.
He said, you want the wall, you pay it for
exactly.
it. You build it, you pay for it.
But that's a lot of nerve for you to say, this is what we going to do, but you going to pay for it.
And you going to pay for it.
What?
Man, please,
but in a recent interview, Trump said, somehow, pretty much in a nutshell, he was just saying somehow he going to pay for it. Oh, and he said that with the 20% tax, which is a lot, he said that, that is one of the ways that they'll pay for it. Then he also went and said that the U.S. taxpayers will foot the bill initially, and then Mexico is going to reimburse us. Who do you think?
I know.
Really?
You know what? We need to start doing a countdown.
We're not stupid, okay?
But we need to start doing a countdown. I know we're in the first month, but we need to start a countdown.
You know what? There is a countdown actually going on.
Oh, good. Very good.
It's rolling on Facebook.
Oh, good.
It's terrible.
That I'll jump in.
It's terrible.
Brittany, I have got to tell you about this. I am so disgusted by this man. His name is Kevin Mabone, and he faked cancer surgery. He's a teacher's aide, and he out of Texas actually, and he faked cancer and the surgery so he could face charges in federal court. Really? He faked cancer.
Wow.
So the school that he worked at, they held some sort of rally or whatever, and they were able to raise $10,000 in cash.
That's a shame.
And they gave him a free car.
Wow.
Because they're thinking that he's going to go off and he's going to have surgery. He had just started with them in August, okay? And this happened in December. So the the administration became a little suspect when he called the following Monday after he received the money and said, "I'm healed."
You healed all of a sudden, like you had like a common cold stop.
Yes, right.
That's ridiculous.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And so they made, I mean, it's just ridiculous, and it was, I don't know if you've seen this on the news or whatever, but he is seen riding away in this car, smiling and waving, and all the while, you're lying.
My thing is, it's a special place in hell for people like him. God. And it's terrible because people spend their hard-earned money and give it to someone who they think is possibly terminally ill. And it just goes to show you the goodness out of people's hearts.
Yes.
They not only did they give them $10,000, which was a lot of money to raise for someone, especially that you just met a few months ago.
Right.
And then they also gave him a car at that. And I feel like that he should be paying everything back.
Yeah. Well, right now they don't know where he is. But listen to this. Now, he admitted to misusing government credit cards to fuel his private car when he was working at the Charleston Job Corps Center in 2014 and 2015. He also stole from the government in a similar manner from 2007 to 2012 while working at the Miami Job Corps in Florida. The total amount that he stole from both of the jobs is $6,684.40. That is no money at all.
So you going to jail or facing charges for $6,000?
Yes. So that's the reason he had to get back to Virginia to report, into court for these charges here. And so he came up with this scheme. Well, instead of just saying I need vacation time.
So he's obviously not a good person at heart. If you're going to handle a situation where you stole money and then you steal money out of innocent people.
Situation, right? So you pay back, or allegedly you were going to go pay back the $6,000, but yet you got 10, and like you said, there's a special place in hell for him. I'm just disgusted.
That's just terrible.
It is terrible.
On a good note, I'm sure everyone has heard, or most people have heard of the rapper Big Sean. He is originally from Detroit, Michigan. He raised $100,000 to help those people, the residents of Flint, Michigan.
That is so nice.
Yes.
You don't even hear about that anymore.
Not really. The story is gone just like anything else. And those people are still dealing with that every single day, day in and day out.
Yes.
The rapper revealed that he raised about $100,000 through his foundation for the people of Flint when it comes to a water crisis. And so I think that's just extremely wonderful. You always hear about rappers buying this, buying that for themselves, but you never hear them actually doing good like that. And so he's not specifically from Flint, Michigan itself. He's from Detroit area, which is not that far away from Flint.
No.
But the fact that he's just giving back, to his home state, period, or just giving back, period, I think is wonderful. He did give a quote. He said, "I just know it's not even close to being over. In that situation, I feel like it's not a natural disaster. It's something that should have been prevented and could have been prevented. So it's just disgusting to think about the damages in these families and even kids that have to go through this lead poisoning." And so, I commend you.
He's absolutely right. It didn't have to happen.
It did not. It did not.
No, it did not.
And so, I 100% commend him for that. And, like I said, you don't see stuff like that on the news or anything else like that. Or you kind of have to go find this type of information. Right. It's not just kind of just going across your screen like all the other nonsense is. And so it's just terrible. It's just terrible. Another good thing I thought that was pretty good is Solange. Solange's album Inspires University course. Solange Knowles' album, everyone has heard of. It's a wonderful album. You can kind of hear it from start to finish. It's called A Seat at the Table. It is to become the focus of a new course syllabus. Oh. And it's funny because a few shows, maybe like a few weeks ago, we talked about Beyonce's album Lemonade. A school down south, I want to say in Tennessee, they also were considering using her album, to kind of be the focus of their class. Well, with this, a group of writers and academics at Wake Forest University are developing the course. They also asked the women of color to contribute ideas on the album's central themes. The syllabus will explore race, womanhood, and equality. I thought it's wonderful. They're collecting entries like text, music, and art, and they are calling women of color from the ages of 16 to 30, and they want to hear and their input and they want them to be involved in creating this syllabus. So I thought that was absolutely wonderful.
That is very nice. Do you are you familiar who the gospel singer Vicky Yohe is?
Vicky Yohe.
Yes.
I think we were talking about her. I kind of remember a little bit.
But you're not familiar with her music?
With her music, no.
Okay, so you don't really listen to gospel music?
Did I say I didn't listen to gospel music? I said I wasn't familiar with her. Okay. I know who Vicky Winans is.
Okay, well, good for you.
So you don't really
but that's not who I'm about to talk about. So anyway, Vicky Yohe is a gospel singer, and she's white. She is very popular with the Black congregation. Okay, her music. She's a very good singer, and I'm not going to down her or any of that. But I did want to make note. She had put on Twitter. Now this is just. I'll say what she said first, and we'll talk about it. So she put on Twitter after Trump had won. March all you want. Protest all you want. President Donald J. Trump is our president for at least 4 years. No weapon formed against him will prosper. You know you're doing something right when there's so much opposition. Wow. And so she posted a picture, and it's a picture of a white man with long hair. I guess it's supposed to be symbolic of Jesus, and he's carrying luggage. And the caption says, "On my way back to the White House." Wow. So, needless to say, Twitter just went crazy.
Twitter is never going to let anyone slide with anything.
No, so they just went crazy. And she apologized. She did. She apologized. She took it down and she apologized. She said that she did not mean to offend anyone. However,
that's how she still felt.
I don't know how she could have thought that what that tweet was not offensive. Because the implication is that Jesus wasn't in the White House for 8 years.
Exactly.
And so there was a minister that said he is good friends with the chaplain of Barack Obama, and he wrote a very lengthy response to this, and he said, that he was absolutely disgusted with her making this tweet, and that he knows as fact that the Obamas were Christians. They were praying people, and the implication that Donald Trump is one and they are not is disgusting, and that in the 8 years that the Obamas were in the White House, that they lived out the fruit of the Spirit, which is kindness and love and all of those fruits of the Spirit.
Which is completely opposite of what,
and that's exactly what
Trump has displayed through this election.
And so as a result of that, she received a lot of backlash on this. And some of her appearances were suddenly canceled.
Good.
And people were boycotting her music and refusing to play her music on the radios and so on and so forth. And so actually I had a conversation about this, and they didn't necessarily agree with me. I said that I cannot support someone who would say something like that. You can't. None of us are in a position to judge anyone else's relationship with God. Matter of fact, the Bible tells us we can't judge. And so for you to make that statement, I'm on my way back to the White House, you are a Christian, you have a platform, and I think that you have to be very careful of what you say. And I thought that she was very insensitive, and I find it difficult to believe that she did not take into consideration that her comments would not be offensive.
Because
I was offended.
I think a lot of people were, but what I feel that this whole experience from when Trump initially said he was going to run for president to him unfortunately becoming president, I think is showing a lot of true colors and how people genuinely feel. And so it's just bringing that all out. And, for you to have a predominantly Black audience and for a lot of the thing, and for you to be a woman at that, and I'm sure you have or know people who are in the LGBT community, or people who are disabled. For you to have or be a part of or know people, and then you are in support of that. I mean, I really do not understand it.
No,
and I don't think I ever will.
And I was very offended by the fact that she would make that comment and think that it's okay or it's funny, because it's not. I'm not going to sit here and judge Trump's relationship with God, because that's not my place. But I can say that
what he's displayed.
Exactly. I can say what he has displayed is not Christian. It's
or
not,
doesn't bring peace,
right,
and happiness and unity and love. He has not displayed that, especially throughout the election.
Exactly. And he said a lot of offensive things, like you said, to people with special needs, women, different races, and we're not going to even go in all the things that he said about the Obamas and Barack Obama. So and to come behind him and say, he's on his way back. No.
He never left.
No, he never left. And
quiet as it's kept, regardless, despite to how I feel, he is still there.
Yes, he is.
He is still there. So. We said so at the same time.
Yeah, it just kind of ticked me off.
Yeah.
And so I said that I could not support her. And so another young lady, her thoughts were, well, I can because I think she's sorry. I said she's sorry because it affected her money.
Exactly. Her publicist told her to say sorry.
I said she's sorry. She's not sorry. People really get on my nerves with that. They say things that are offensive. Oh, I apologize. No, just don't say it. And so then we got into this big discussion, about I would never say anything to someone that it deliberately would offend you. No matter how I may feel about you, I just would not do that. I would not deliberately offend you.
Exactly.
And if we all spoke what we thought, can you imagine?
No, not at all. Every time I look at Trump in the face, I envision when they were at those rallies, and then either you would have a Muslim woman or African American or some other person other than white or what they represented, and how the crowd was pushing and shoving, calling names and spitting, and just that is what I envisioned. And he was cheering that on. And so now he is now he is our person that we look to, unfortunately. And so, I mean, God is still there, and Jesus is still in the White House, and the only thing we can do is keep it moving. And,
absolutely,
time will pass and things will change. So.
No, but I just thought that was wrong.
Yeah, so speaking of, all this madness, the actor Shia LaBeouf, when I was coming up, he was a very popular actor. He was in all the Transformer movies and this, that, and the other. A lot of people have been posting free Shia hashtags on Twitter. Twitter, they don't play. Free Shia hashtags goes viral after Shia LaBeouf allegedly retaliates against a Hitler supporter. Shia LaBeouf was arrested at his He Will Not Divide Us protest last night after a man came up to him and allegedly said Hitler did nothing wrong. LaBeouf, a man of Jewish descent, understandably took grave offense to the statement and allegedly ripped off the man's scarf and shoved him to the ground. And reportedly, the man, he had scratches, minor scratches on his face, this, that, and the other. The actor was later arrested which pretty much prompted, the people of Twitter to go in on NYPD with this free Shia hashtag. A lot of people were very upset.
Is he still in jail? I'm sure he's not.
No. A lot of people were very upset that Shia LaBeouf wasn't able to defend himself, and so I'm with the people. Free Shia, okay? Because that for you to say that Hitler did nothing wrong when he killed all those people, separated those families. We're not going to go into a history lesson, but I mean, come on now. If you to make that statement like that,
yeah.
How heartless can you be?
Right.
And that's very offensive to his ancestors.
And that just goes right back to what we were saying about, Donald Trump. You encourage that. You have encouraged that, and I can only hope that, you will get some sense about yourself and act presidential.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, God is able, and he can turn anybody around.
Yes, he can. No doubt about that.
He can turn anybody around.
Anybody and anything.
Yeah. So anything. I mean, it ain't too late. It ain't too late. Mm-hmm. I thought this was pretty nice. Chicagoland's first organic fast food chain is to open next month. Chicago's suburbs should soon welcome the nation's first certified organic fast food restaurant with a drive-thru. It's called Nick's Organic Fast Food.
Ooh, yes. What is it going to be?
Nick's with the C. It's going to be in Rolling Meadows.
Rolling Meadows.
Rolling Meadows. Yes, it's going to be in Rolling Meadows. That's where the first location is going to open up February 2017. And the family, it's a family restaurant. They are planning to open 50 other restaurants across the nation. Nick's Organics will feature a menu of burgers, fried and grilled chicken sandwiches and salads. They'll also serve breakfast sandwiches with fresh squeezed orange juices and fresh coffee as well. The prices compared to Five Guys, if everyone's familiar with the Five Guys restaurant. So for an example, a double cheeseburger combo with drink and fries can run you about $8.60.
Okay.
So it's not bad. I mean, but organic, I would like to try it out. One thing I would say is that while doing research on this restaurant, I did see that back in November of 2015, there is another restaurant who have claimed to be the first organic fast food restaurant. And so they are specializing in fried chicken. So
are they in Chicago?
But they're not in Chicago. Okay. They're in California. Okay. So maybe they are considering the first in Chicago.
Right.
But the way it was making it to me feel the first in the nation.
Oh, no.
So that's why I said that. But I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Rolling Meadows is not that far out. We can maybe one day roll out there and try some of Nick's organic fast food.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Brittany, every week we look for a woman that we would like to showcase, and we call her Woman of the Week. And it doesn't have to be a celebrity or anything of that nature. It can be just an average woman who is doing phenomenal things in her community and certainly in our world.
Yeah.
And so I found this young lady. I am just peacock proud. This young lady is Alabama's youngest Black female judge.
Oh, wow.
She is 27 years old. Her name, her name is Brianna Westry Robinson, and she was just sworn in on Tuesday as the new district judge for Wilcox County. You have to go on Facebook or just Google her. When she was being sworn in, I cried. I mean, tears came to my eyes. This girl, she had her hands up like as if she said, "Oh my God, thank you, Jesus." She was feeling this. I am so proud of her. And congratulations, Brianna. This is an awesome thing. 27 years old, and you are Alabama's youngest Black female judge. So Miss Brianna Westry Robinson, you are our Woman of the Week.
Go on ahead, Brianna.
Isn't that awesome?
Go on ahead with your bad self.
Yes. Speaking of another...
and you have to address her as Your Honor.
Yes, you do.
Because you are judge. Go ahead, Miss Judge.
Right?
She's Judge Brianna.
Yes, that's right.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you just Brianna.
Oh, excuse me.
You deserve the title.
Absolutely.
Judge Brianna Westry
27
Robinson.
years old.
Go ahead.
That is just awesome.
Absolutely.
Speaking of another great woman, of course, everyone knows that just a couple of days ago, Mary Tyler Moore passed. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with all the different sitcoms or movies that she's played in. She passed at the age of 80 years old. I couldn't believe she was 80.
Wow.
But she was on the Dick Van Dyke Show. Did you ever see reruns of that?
I've never seen that.
Really?
No. Nope.
Wow. I'm sure you've never seen the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
I don't think I have.
Oh wow, girl, you need to live a little bit. But that was both of those.
I can't help that I was born after that.
Yeah, no, but you could, like expand your horizons and.
That's what I'm supposed to do. Just
sit there and look for it on TV.
Okay.
They find it and watch.
I see.
There you go. And so, at any rate, Mary Tyler Moore, she passed at the age of 80, and she was just an icon. I really liked her in the Mary Tyler Moore Show. She played a reporter in the newsroom. She always bubbly and upbeat and everything. So, now, thank you.
What I did read about her is that she kind of was like one of the pioneers for women on television.
That is true.
Because she played like a powerful role with this woman who was fearless. She, was all about her career, and, she wasn't submissive to a man, like, back in the day. That's how it really, was back then. So the little bit that I did read of her, I did see that she was kind of like a pioneer when it comes to television and women, and women being on television. She had a very powerful role. Yeah. She wasn't like a maid, or she wasn't, just submissive like a submissive, the Stepford wife or whatever.
No.
So I would say that I do like that.
Yes, and I mean, she was just really funny. I really liked that show. She was a very powerful woman. She had a very grumpy boss, and she would stand up to him, on every turn. And so it was just a great show. And she has played in so many different movies and things like that. So, passed recently, and rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Before we go into, anything else, I just want to comment on just the nation and how proud I am of the nation and the world as women coming together last Saturday. There were protests going on all over the world, not just in, major cities, but in like Paris and, other different countries. People as women have, come together, no matter what age, what race, whatever you were, the women came together. And, I just felt so proud to be a woman.
Yes.
And then just to see people supporting, it was celebrities and just different political figures, just everyone was out there.
And you know what? And the thing about it was, it wasn't just in our country.
That's what I'm saying. It was everywhere.
It was
all over the world.
It was great.
All over the world. And even just the major cities, St. Louis, Boston, California, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., Chicago, everywhere. Everywhere. And it wasn't just 200 people. It was 500,000 people, 250,000 people. People from everywhere were, they came out and they really supported the women. And, I was just so proud.
And, that just goes to show you what can be done if we just pull together.
Yes.
If we just pull together and stop trying to find the differences in each other and find what is common, about each other, it's just unimaginable the things that we could accomplish.
Yes.
Yes,
because before me being, Black, before me, being into fashion, beauty, whatever, I am a woman. And so that is what that's what you can relate to. That's what the woman next door can relate to, down the street, the woman in Iraq, the woman who lives in Venezuela. That's what we all can relate to. We are women. No matter what our background are, we are women. We have the same body features. We are women. And so we can truly relate to each other. And we as women need to stand up. And we women are more powerful now than ever.
I was just about to say that. Have you noticed? It seems like more and more women are coming together and networking and being on, and just everyone is coming together on one accord.
Yeah.
And of course you still have the negativity out there. Absolutely. But I am noticing more and more women are trying to become entrepreneurs.
Yes, women are the most entrepreneurs.
Yes, and they're starting up networking opportunities and seminars and just building each other up. And that's where it starts. Because, and this is what we were talking about last week.
We said at the same time.
This is what we were talking about last week. We have to show the next generation and the generation after you what it should be. We need to go back to the way things used to be in terms of how our neighbors looked out for each other.
Yes.
You looked out for each other. When I was coming up, our neighbors, if we were acting up or doing something, trust and believe the Miss so-and-so next door or down the street, she's going to check you. And then when your mother or father got home, she was going to let them know, oh yeah, Adrian, or not, never me.
Yeah,
but,
okay.
My brother or sister, they were, doing something. And it was a community. Do you remember, you probably don't because you were younger, when we lived in Georgia, and that new development that they had built and we moved in, that was a very small network of a community of people. We looked out for each other. We sat on the porches and we talked. It was a very neighborly environment. And we need to find a way to get back to that, And so because now that we're talking about that, that has a lot to do with what we're planning to do in June.
Yes.
I am my sister's keeper.
Yes.
And so I have been in prayer and asking God to send us in the right direction for a shelter to work with. And I've met this awesome young lady. She and I, we've had some wonderful conversation, and we're going to do that. And so that's what our event is about.
That's what we are about.
That's what we are about. You're right, Brittany. And so our event in June is called I Am My Sister's Keeper.
Yes.
And that's exactly what we are.
Yes, we take care of one another, and that's what we are to do.
We have to get back to that.
The woman sisterhood that we have, we need to make sure that bond is never broken. And that is across all ages. That's across all shapes, all sizes. That's across all backgrounds, all races. And, to just bond together.
And one thing that I can say that
and help the other person.
Exactly. And one thing that I can say that I really am grateful for you and I being a mother-daughter duo is that you and I both bring different things to the table.
Mm-hmm.
You bring youth and whatever that generation stands for and has
elegance
learned.
And class.
No,
and
no,
beauty.
no. That's what I bring. Don't get it twisted. I bring I bring elegance and class. I'm teaching you.
Oh, okay.
See, there you go.
Yeah,
I bring the elegance and class, and I am teaching you and showing you what to have morals and integrity. Because you know what, I'm gonna tell you something. My father used to say this, and he used to tell me this us all the time we were growing up. And of course, when you're younger, it doesn't mean anything. But he used to say, let your word be your bond. Mm. And he said, because there may be a day that your word is all you have. And so you can start out by just keeping your word on what time you say you're going to be there, or what you said that you're going to do, or whatever, and so we have to teach this generation, because we lost something there. Things have gotten a little crazy. We have to reach the next generation to let them know it's okay to be classy. It's okay to show elegance and still be a woman and still be sexy. Mm-hmm. It's okay. You don't have to show your body parts. Mm-hmm. And so that's what womanhood is all about.
Yeah. So womanhood, is definitely reaching your hand out to touch the other person who might not know what they're doing, who might be lost, who might feel insecure, who might just need guidance. And it's some women, full-grown women, who may still need guidance.
Absolutely.
And so that is what your duty is as another woman, to be able to be there for your fellow sister,
instead of hating on the woman or downing the woman. You never know what a person's going through. You never know what a person is going through in their life. You don't know if they're coming out of a divorce, or if they are in a relationship that is abusive. You just never know. And so you have to be able to show the compassion and love towards each other, and that's what a sisterhood is really all about. And so as we begin to grow in our business, I am so looking forward to networking and reaching out to other women. We got to change some things.
Absolutely. And you know what? I think change is coming for the better.
I do too.
Honestly, I just had a thought. With this whole Trump madness that's been going on, with him being from the election to him being elected and just everything after and in between, I think that this might be the very thing that will bring our nation together, because he's offended, so many races, so many, he's offended men, women, black, white. He's offended everybody pretty much, because everyone has a mom, everyone knows someone, or at least can identify with someone who's in the LGBT community, just everything. Everyone knows someone who's possibly disabled, mentally disabled, whatever. And so I think that he will bring us together, because this whole Women's March kind of first started because of this whole Trump protesting. Yeah. And so I really think that it's bringing it together, and it just really warmed my heart. It expired. And, if we didn't have a lot to do last week, if we didn't have the show, this, that, and the other, I honestly would have loved to be a part of that, because I've never seen so many women. There were men out there too, in support. I've never seen so many people, in support of women. Every time you always see something about women, it's always, just putting them down or referring to them just other than what their name is.
Right.
And so, for everyone to uplift women, it's been a long time coming. For several years, whether it's in ads, magazines, commercials, movies, just whatever, the woman has never been respected and held, to a high regard. And so for me to just see all of that, I was just so empowered, and I really felt inspired. And, it's this picture going around, it's viral. Did you see the little boy? He had, I think it was a little boy. He had this little cardboard box. He was protesting. It was a bunch of little scribble marks around it. He was out there protesting. he was in support of the women. That's so, cute. I mean, that is all of what elegant behavior is about. Is about supporting the next person, not just women, not just Black women, but just supporting one another. And so, I'm really looking forward to this I Am My Sister's Keeper event that we'll be having. We've already met wonderful people that are wanting to participate, and so I am very excited.
I am too. I'm so excited. We're still definitely in the planning stages, but the whole concept is to be able to help young ladies. Yes. And so that's what our passion is. And, we go beyond trying to be cute and dressing up and about fashion and talking about fashion and beauty, but it's about giving back to someone else. Absolutely. And so I already know that it's going to be a phenomenal event. We're going to talk more about it later as we begin to plan and as the plans continue. But I'm very excited about it, and I just know it's going to be awesome.
Yes, absolutely. As we close out, just a few things that we have coming up. Elegant Behavior is very, very, very excited to be a part of the Black Fashion Week USA. Yes. It is February 19th through the 26th of 2017. We'll be there. We'll be in attendance. We'll be on the red carpet. We are extremely excited. Very first time. It won't be our last. We're also going to be in the Black Women's Expo. We have a lot of things going on.
Yes, we do.
So excited. These next few months are going to be very busy for us, and we're just so blessed that we can even say we're going to be busy.
Yes.
And so we just want you to just be a part of this ride and this journey that we're on. And so definitely go to our website at www.elegantbehavior.com. You can subscribe to our mailing list. You can stay in the loop with us, download our free app, check out Zuri Body Essentials, and follow us on all social medias.
And also, Brittany, we forgot to mention that we have the newsletter, that we will be sending out, or we've already sent out our first newsletter.
So that's the more reason why you want to subscribe to our mailing list, so that way you can stay in the loop and see, what's going on with Elegant Behavior. I truly hope that you enjoyed 2 days show.
I was about to say, oh.
I hope you enjoyed today's show.
Okay.
You have a wonderful, blessed weekend.
Yes. Thank you so very much. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being along on this awesome ride that we're on.
Absolutely. Until next time, you're listening to Let's Talk Woman to Woman on IntellectualRadio.com. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.